Good morning. Today is January 1st, 2021, and I thought that I would make a little bit of a resolution or a commitment to um, do a video blog every day of this year for a couple reasons. One is just to make sure that I start my day um, with gratitude, saying what it is that I'm thankful for, to make sure that I'm living life intentionally. So to set an intention each day, um, and just to share, so that I can, look back, see how things were going, and to potentially be a blessing to someone else. I truly believe we're all a product of our own experiences, and that we're not alone in the things that we experience. And it's always good to know what it is that other people are going through or have gone through, so that we can learn from their experiences as well. So that, when we're facing challenges, that if we know that someone else has faced a similar challenge, that we're able to glean some things from their experience and to hopefully lighten our own loads. So in that regard, I hope that I'll be able to be a blessing for someone else. So I'm very thankful that I'm alive in 2021. I want to be, like I said, intentional about being thankful and having gratitude each and every day. I would like to share some things. I had started last year actually had made an attempt to start writing. The thought was that I may write a book, to share some of the things that I've learned. And in doing so, I took a stab at writing about some experiences that I've had, trying to think about what it is that I've learned. And it was not actually an easy process. And at the end, I think I'm deciding to scrap that and just to go to this media in terms of sharing. And so, um, rather than go through all of my history and everything and painful things that I've experienced, I think that I will just start with where I am, kind of what's on my mind, things that I hate to say that I'm a worrier, I'm not really a worrier, but if I were a worrier, the things that I would worry about. So 2021 is there's a milestone that I need to get past. Like, it's very important to me that this year that my health, both physically, mentally, emotionally, all of that, that I get through it without any great difficulty. And the reason that 2021 is significant is because I've experienced in my life some mental health challenges that really stem from having to learn how, or the best way to cope with all that life throws your way. Having to learn how to balance, to have good balance in my life, how to learn, just how to be good to myself. I had to learn that. How to be okay with making myself a priority, still being me, but, and being a blessing to others and being somebody that can be depended on. being helpful, all those types of things, without it creating too much of a burden on myself. So I had to learn that I had to figure that stuff out. Those are the life coping skills that I have had to master. And I think after all these years, I finally figured it out. And, that I've learned that all I need to have a wonderful, balanced life, full of life's pleasures, and to be able to, I guess, meet the challenges that come in life head on without having to stress or anything is the key to it is God. The key to it is not just loving God and but it's really truly believing in God and having faith in God and giving God power in your life and leaning on Him for all strength, all power, all knowledge, all everything, and trusting that He will always give you what you need, that He will always see you through, and that it's not necessary to depend on anyone else, not even yourself, right? I think sometimes when, well, for me, that I sometimes forget that God is in control and therefore I don't need to be. It's okay to kind of just surrender myself to Him and to just be able to take for granted that all will be well and that He'll give me what I need when I need it to make it through. Knowing that I don't need to depend on any other person in my life, understanding that we as humans are flawed. We're far from perfect. We will, even though we don't intend to, we will always disappoint. Sometimes we will disappoint ourselves. We will disappoint the people that we love. Even when we have the best of intentions and all we want is the best for the people that we love, we don't always conduct ourselves in ways that are helpful to that other person. And so when we can accept those things about ourselves and we can accept those things about other people and we put all of our faith and trust in God and truly believe that He's all we need, there's just nothing we can't do. There's nothing that we can't survive. And life is wonderful. So I'm at a state in my life where life is wonderful because I have figured those things out. Sadly, it's probably something that I knew very early on in life. And, like as a kid, and I was able to just go through life kind of happy go lucky, not worrying about anything, just seeing the good in the world, the good in other people. And there's a certain freedom in that. But at some point in time, that changed, and I started worrying about other people, worrying about what people thought about me, trying to be perfect, trying to do anything and everything for everybody so that everybody could be happy. And that just placed so much burden. I placed so much burden on myself that I ended up pushing myself to points that were terribly unhealthy and suffered big consequences as a result. Um, for instance, in 1997, I had a nervous breakdown. I was diagnosed with having a bipolar disorder, and that was devastating um, and disappointing, and something that was very difficult. And um, it was probably the worst thing that I can think of that I've experienced in life. And not just that it happened, but just everything that happened around it, with everyone and their reactions. And um, it just wasn't that great. um, and I had to go through this path, where I had to overcome that. And I got to a point where I thought, okay, it's great. I'm over it. I think I've learned what I needed to learn. 8 years passed, and something very similar happened all over again. And, I had to, that was hard, and I had to overcome. And I still thought, okay, there's some lesson in this that I didn't learn the first time. So there's something else that I need to learn. And, I ended up getting through. And each time I really believe that God saw me through, and that's really where I had to find my strength. And I felt alone in a lot of ways, with the exception of God. And I got through, and life got better, and I accomplished things that I never would have imagined I would have accomplished. And life went on. And, another 8 years passed by, and I had another fall again. And it all came down to me believing at those particular times that I had to do this. I had to do this. I had to do this. And I'm just trying and trying and trying. And for whatever reason, I wasn't trusting. I wasn't leaving my burdens and putting all my problems in God's hands and trusting that He would work it out for me. Instead, I thought that I was the one that had to do everything. And just worked myself, not to death, obviously, because I didn't die, but I just overdid it to the extreme. And, so 3 times I have ended up in a psychiatric hospital having a breakdown, having a manic episode, which required me to be hospitalized and medicated. And so my pattern is that I've got this 8-year cycle. So 1997, 2005, 2013, and so 2021 is the 8-year mark. And so I think the last time was in January of 2013. And so I believe that nothing bad is going to happen to me this year. I believe that I'm in a good place, and I figured it out, what it is that I need to do. And so I'm determined to make 2021 the year that I can prove to myself that my eye is focused on the right thing, that God will see me through, and that He has delivered me from being too full of myself. He has delivered me from forgetting that He is in control. And He has delivered me from not taking the time to count my blessings each and every day. And as a result, life is wonderful. So I want to be intentional about doing a little video blog every single day, if I can, of this year, just to say how I'm doing on this journey and to hopefully give someone else some inspiration. So in addition to doing this, I am also going to be doing yoga every day. So that's my 365-day 2021 challenge, to do yoga every day because it is just wonderful. It is a stress relief. It's an opportunity to be intentional and to be thankful, to be grateful, to be peaceful, and just to appreciate all that is in my life. And it's just good. So, sorry for rambling, but I just wanted to share. Thank you for listening.